Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to regularly scheduled Hostilities, the best night of the year, with your host, Chuck Winchester, your host, Yvonne the Board, and your host, the current RSH champion, Josh the Board. What's going on, brother?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Good.
Living the dream, man. So, you noticed I didn't say Yvonne was the current Wednesday night champion.
I know,
No. I did not introduce her that way because
there's a reason.
For those of you who watched NXT Takeover last Sunday night, it was a good show.
It was a good
It was
show.
a great show.
Wish it was better for me, but yeah.
I mean, it was a amazing show, not only because the quality of the show provided, but my predictions, my one-on-one predictions against Yvonne went undefeated. Well, that's not true, but still, at the end of the day, my points went up just a little bit higher than her points.
Just a little bit, you did.
Sup, Seabass?
What's going on, brother?
He likes your background.
And I said I'd hand it to you on the air when you won.
Oh, yeah,
hand it to you fair and square on the air.
So, this is the transfer of championships. This is the transfer of titles.
Yep.
And I believe this makes me a two-time Wednesday night champion.
You know, you guys don't get all comfortable. You guys got a fucking pay-per-view this week, too.
I was going to say, don't hold on to what's going to come right back over here on this show.
Hey, man, if it's a 5-day, it's a 5-day. Whatever, I'll take it.
But
What's up, Tyler Peters?
I told him last week, if he beats me, I'm going to hand it to him right on the air. Fair champion's what I do.
I appreciate you.
Sportsman.
I don't. Fuck you guys.
You don't even have
But anyway,
those.
new Wednesday night champion.
Yep.
Look, it's even under you.
That worked out well.
So, yeah.
Sure did.
I tried to get the banner to be gold, but StreamYard sucks.
So, well, at least we're live. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
so far so
true.
good. So on that note, Vengeance Day, real quick, we're not going to get in depth into it. We got a lot to cover for this pay-per-view coming up. Vengeance Day I was just telling Chuck, was my favorite takeover of the COVID era.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually in my top 3, period. Brooklyn with Sasha and Bailey will never be top for me. That was KO and Balor as well. So that one's always going to be – I don't know when that's ever going to get knocked off the number 1. We actually watched that one.
Yeah, we did.
At your old apartment.
I remember that.
When I think KO about died on a ladder. He was like, holy shit, I think he's dead. But very good.
2016 or so?
The Adam Cole super kick to Kyle O'Reilly and Finn Balor cliffhanger actually got NXT a 300K bump this week. So
That's
it worked.
huge.
So they only lost by 34K in AEW, which we've said many times on this show. They're using Sting and fucking Cody Rhodes. But they have homegrown, like household names, what I'm trying to spit out. And NXT still doing pretty well. So
yeah, people have been wanting to see the 4 Horsemen. Well, not the 4 Horsemen. The what's their name?
The Undisputed Era.
The Undisputed Era.
We've either wanted to see them on the main roster or split. So it looks like we're going to get a split. Because on NXT last night, he came out and he kicked Finn Balor in the face, held up the belt over him. But that was after he brainbuster Kyle O'Reilly on the steps. And apparently all the fans actually thought Kyle O'Reilly was going to the hospital. You got worked.
So here's a storyline for you. You like to give storylines and stuff in your predictions. My predictions is this. We're going to get the split. Within the next year, all 4 members are going to separately go to the main roster. And a little over a year from now, we're going to see an Undisputed Era reunite on the main roster.
I can see that. Yeah.
You will.
And then a year after that, Jon Moxley is going to leave AEW, go back to WWE, and we're going to see the Shield versus Undisputed Era.
To be fair, since there's 4 members of Undisputed Era, does that mean Kurt Angle will join the Shield?
Oh God, no.
Why not?
Why not have Kurt Angle?
It's funny because I was thinking about this last night. O'Reilly's like, I'm going to have to take some time to recover. So we're going to get Cole and Balor way down the line. O'Reilly's going to interfere. Like, it sucks. I know it's going to happen. Hopefully it doesn't, but it will.
It's going to.
And then Karrion Kross is not just going to stay away from the belt. He never lost either.
He never lost it.
As much as I'd love Edge to see if we love him too, but they've had their run.
Yep.
Hey, it's not the ankle lock. It's the angle lock.
But Yvonne, what did you think?
It was a great pay-per-view.
Even though you lost.
Well, yeah.
I could have told you not to pick the grizzled young veteran.
I don't know either one of these 2 teams, to be quite honest.
Our dad walks in like, MSK's going to win. And she's like, how do you know? He's like, new guys. How do you get them? He's like, you get them over by having them beat the veterans. He was like, what? He's like, who are they? And I was the grizzled young veterans. He's like, fuck. veterans even in their name.
That's why I picked
And then they
them, 'cause
lost, and he
have
was like, "You deserve to lose." And he goes upstairs.
There you
they're
go.
real. My family's real supportive. Well,
My family's
I don't know the other team. I know the other team are well.
You watch
because-
NXT and you don't.
Yes.
They're
They're veterans. They have more
Listen, let's get to
experience.
stuff you might know, but you don't know that
Okay.
either because you don't have
I
that.
liked
belt either.
Io Shirai's match, her and Mercedes Martinez, and who was the other one? I can't think right now. Oh, Tony Storm.
Tony Storm.
Great match.
Now, I just want to point out that I picked every match correctly, and I even
Oh.
called that Mercedes Martinez got
please.
pinned because I was watching
You
it
did.
back, trying to clip some of it to send to one of my buddies our last show. And I was like, yeah, I felt like Mercedes is going to get pinned. And I was like, damn, I even called that. So I was 6-0
There you go.
with the pin, which means nothing, but
And
Hey, man.
it inflates my ego.
Gargano.
That's all that matters.
Kushida was a great match. Anything with
It was.
Gargano,
That was the match of the night for me. It was about a half hour, too.
It was really good.
But like, listen, guys, I am so good that I didn't even watch the
Yeah, I
show,
don't even want to hear
and I
it.
still won.
And Josh
the
is so good, and he didn't even defend his title.
Denise, don't start. I haven't done nothing to her. I can't help it that she doesn't
Thank
know
you, Denise.
wrestling
I've
101.
dealt with this since I was
Hold up
born.
your belt.
Shut up.
Exactly.
Shut up.
You mean
Denise, I've dealt with
You
him
mean
my
this
whole
belt?
life, and I've still
Well, let's
dealt with
segue
it
to another
today.
belt.
You? Oh, you?
Roman Reigns'
Oh,
belt.
not you, Roman.
So, granted, Chuck texted me yesterday and makes me laugh at work. He goes, yeah, Paul Heyman just said last year's WrestleMania was the lowest attended in history, which he did say, and I completely forgot because I laughed out loud.
That's funny.
I
boy.
laughed out loud when he said that when I watched SmackDown, which surprised me. I watched it early Saturday morning. And to make matters worse, he's not going to defend the belt in the chamber like he was originally supposed to.
That's
They're
so
getting
weird.
heat on him by
Yeah.
having him fight the winner of the Elimination Chamber the same night. So I'm guessing we're going to get that match first,
Sure.
Mhm.
and then that'll main event.
I could see that.
So let me go down. I can actually pull this up because this is the match itself. KO again
Oh,
versus. All right.
Yeah.
First off, did you guys like the end with the stunner of everyone, or was it a little bit much?
No, I liked it because I know what they were going for. Because Stone Cold, you see that all the time.
Mhm.
Especially the big night was during the invasion angle when Austin just came out and stunned fucking everybody.
Because
in the
he
ring.
stunned everyone.
So that's what they're going for. But that being said, it's just it doesn't work the same way. So
So
it's
it
it's
felt a
corny.
little forced to me.
I agree. That's a great way to put it.
I liked it.
Then
It
like-
was forced though.
See, did you watch the Stone Cold shit back in the day? Because if you didn't, I see why you would like it. But us growing up with Stone Cold, it's just it doesn't.
It was a legit
Yeah, it just doesn't
play
work.
off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he can use it, it's fine. But
Mhm.
You can't.
as long as
recreate-
he's not in there drinking beer, I guess I'm okay.
they're trying to recreate these moments, and it's like you can't do
You
that.
can't.
No,
Right.
it was a little forced.
It was.
I get what they're doing. Roman's going to face an exhausted person, and it plays into what he's been doing. When he fought Bray and Braun, he came out after
Sure.
Mhm.
and beat Braun. I mean, I don't have any issues with it. We all know Roman's not losing that belt
No,
until
no,
Mania.
absolutely.
So
It's just giving them
In
more
the
heel
chamber or
heat.
not, he's not losing.
I didn't figure he'd be in the chamber myself. I couldn't see it. It wouldn't make sense.
No.
Because what if Edge doesn't choose him? That he literally would just beat everybody that would be his possible opponent. So it doesn't make sense for him to be in it.
I kind of thought he was going to be in it and then get out of it some way, like the cards subject to change kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't do that. They've kind of milked that dry.
They did.
Sure did.
Seabass from that Arena Rock show, the podcast, and Rocking with Seabass, I think is his own. He said it is weird seeing that. Yeah, they try the stunner shit too much sometimes.
Mhm.
It's weird seeing somebody else do the stunner.
It is.
It still is, even though he got his blessing and
I still like
That's
him
fine.
using the. I like him using the stunner, but you just can't recreate the classic Stone Cold moments
Exactly.
because you use the stunner. It's,
I also feel like they're really trying to make us not get burnt out on Kevin Owens at this point because
Well-
this will be his fourth title shot
Fourth,
yeah.
if he were to
At-
win this
at
match.
least
Yeah.
third, yeah. Like
So,
it's
and he's a baby face, and I like Kevin Owens.
I
We've
do.
bitched for
Mhm.
over a year that he's been used wrong.
But the problem, right? But even though
Now they're overusing him.
yeah, even though he's in the main event,
Exactly.
he's still not doing anything. He's still getting his ass beat by bullshit
Right.
ways over and over,
And he keeps getting all these opportunities, and he keeps losing.
and it's not going to be a payoff.
Yeah,
Like-
the only thing they're doing is not having him lose clean.
Right. But back in the day, The Rock would chase Triple H. We knew The Rock at some point was going to get that. We knew Stone Cold was going to get that. We knew
Yeah.
Kurt Angle was going to get that.
There's going to be a huge payoff.
Kevin Owens isn't going to get that. So
Poor James.
it's just
I would be shocked if he does.
I would be too.
So-
It's just
Because
not
with The
gonna
Rock
happen.
not doing, because I'm torn. Because I also don't think Roman's going to hold the belt all the way to until he sees The Rock. I just don't think that's realistic.
I mean, for at least a year, no.
I don't think he's going to keep it until next Mania. Something has to happen.
But but they did that same thing with Drew McIntyre. They had McIntyre drop it for a month or two during New York.
Yeah.
So
They did.
I could see something like that with Reigns, where like somebody wins it for a minute.
Well, SummerSlam, I still think we're going to see a babyface Brock at some point.
I could see that.
I do.
Yeah.
They've exhausted
Well,
heel Brock.
that would be the angle to do it. Have Brock Lesnar beat him for it, then have Reigns beat him back for it.
Because I would have Brock come in and beat Lashley. Lashley's a heel. Beat Lashley, then disappear, and then just randomly appear on SmackDown again. It's easy. Brock can just show up. We obviously know what
We know
Brock's
that.
pattern is.
I really do think that I'm speaking for myself, and I kind of feel like people should think the same way I think. So I feel like we're kind of getting over hating Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I think,
We are, yeah.
it's to the point now to where because he's not been shoved down our face for 2 or 3 years.
What's it? Something makes the heart grow fonder. Like him being away,
I
it's
got
like
you. distance
he's
or
been.
whatever.
Yeah, distance makes the heart. I
Yeah.
think that's what the
whatever,
saying is.
whatever the fuck.
But yeah, he's been gone for so long.
Mhm.
Since last WrestleMania, we haven't seen him.
sure, and he's not holding the belt hostage, and so
No,
because
if he's
of
doing
that,
something like a Lashley.
that'd be fine. I think we would like him, especially if they play it well. And then at this point, like we've talked about before, it'd be interesting to see a heel Reigns versus a face Lesnar.
Yep.
Because we've always
That would be
seen
that'd be
we've
different.
always seen
That
it the
would
opposite
be.
direction. So
And Brock can play off that badass
Sure.
baby face. He's done it before.
and then you have the Paul Heyman factor, so that's
Yeah.
always
Paul
interesting.
Heyman. factor.
There's your story.
So, I
Yep,
mean,
right
Because
there.
I can see Paul trying to play both sides of it, and Paul's petrified of both guys.
He sure
So,
is.
That could make for a good story.
and so that would be the only thing that because other than that, there's really nobody that should have the belt over Reigns right now.
No,
No.
they don't really have any. I mean, Daniel Bryan.
That could be good.
We'll get
Yeah.
we'll get to that when we get to the picks.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins is back.
Oh boy.
So is Burn It Down, sort of.
Sort
So
of.
he's the Messiah with Burn It Down.
Yeah.
He's doing all of it. He's all over
A
it.
mixture.
He dropped the "I'm a changed man. I had a kid" thing. Got some cheers, then he pissed everybody off.
Yeah, the whole roster was out there on the ring.
So Chuck, I'm going to ask you this because it's February
18th.
18th. So SmackDown was on the 12th. February 12th of 2021. WrestleMania is April 11th or 18th. I can't remember which one, but one of the two.
1, 2.
What the hell are you doing with Seth Rollins for this year's WrestleMania? Is Daniel Bryan, which is the rumor, the best option for him, or how would you use Seth?
Well, one thing I did notice was that Daniel Bryan and Cesaro teamed up
Yeah.
on SmackDown the same night that Seth Rollins attacked Cesaro and Daniel Bryan came in to stop him. So, yeah, I would say the build is going to be Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins. I'm okay with it because it does keep Seth away from Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and they need to keep that away until maybe
Down
after
the road.
SummerSlam.
Yep. At the same time,
But does Seth go face? I guess he. Yeah,
no.
so I'm fucking sucker and succotash. Speaking of Roman
Tongue
Reigns,
twister.
Seth would have to be the baby face. Roman cannot
Oh,
Can
Matthew.
go
you
baby
not?
face because those two don't need to be. You could team them,
Nah, we're past that.
not like in a stable, like have a tag team match like Cesaro and Daniel Bryan against Roman and
You
Seth.
could
Like
do
that would be cool for a SmackDown. But I do not want to
Sure.
see any Shield kind of like
no
shit
reunion.
between them again.
Well, they're-
I'm with you 100% there, but they're the two biggest deals on the show.
Sure.
So
You
at
gotta
some
come
point, their
That can
paths
happen.
would have to cross.
And their gimmicks don't even make sense to team up because Roman Reigns is my family, my blood. I will kill all of you.
Mhm.
Seth Rollins is like, I am your leader. So they're two badass alpha leaders. They can't
Yeah.
be on screen
Can't
together.
do it.
I'm the Messiah. They're
But
at the
they're
head of-
almost doing the same thing, saying they're both saying they're both
Yeah.
the leaders.
You got
It's
Seth.
not
I'm
gonna-
Jesus. You got
Yeah.
Roman. I'm the head of the table. It's like who wins?
The fact that they're on the same
Yeah.
show, it doesn't make sense. Seth should be on Raw. but
I agree,
Yeah.
but see, I don't think WWE thought this Roman thing would work this well.
I don't
I think
think
that's
they
why
do.
Seth's on Raw. I think
I
that's why
agree.
Seth's there.
if I was a betting man, I would say he'll go back to Raw around WrestleMania.
I think Big E would be Seth's best option, just because this would give Big E a huge win over an
Mhm.
established guy at a
Yeah.
huge stage.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd love to see Daniel Bryan and Seth at like Fastlane. Have
Mhm.
Seth beat the fuck out of him and have Big E come and save Daniel Bryan. Like, you want to pick on someone, pick on me. Then Seth can play, oh, fuck, because Big E's a big dude.
Big
and then you can
dude.
just straight build off that right into WrestleMania. Have Big E keep the belt, because I want him to keep that belt for a while.
yeah.
But unless Sami Zayn takes it back.
Or Apollo.
I want
Or
Sami
Apollo.
Zayn's shirt so bad. I am the internet.
Dude, yeah. Sami
Who doesn't love
Sami
Sami Zayn?
I can't wait till his documentary actually. You know they're going to release
They
whatever
better.
he's been recording every week at some point too, and it's going to
I
be
would
great.
like to see Seth, maybe like Daniel Bryan, I agree with that. Or maybe Cesaro or both in a triple threat. I know Cesaro's having obviously issues with Seth, but match with Daniel Bryan or Cesaro, either one to me would be
I
good.
don't recall him and Daniel Bryan doing anything for quite a while now. Back when the Shield was a thing, I think they had a brief interact back when Daniel Bryan was before he
He
retired.
got his ass beat by the
Yeah,
Shield.
so I mean that was
He did.
years ago though. So it's been long enough. And Daniel Bryan and Seth's gonna be a great match, and it's two big names, and it's WrestleMania, and you can honestly open one of the shows, one of the nights with that, and I'd be perfectly cool with that.
I mean, it would kick ass. I just really wanted to see Daniel Bryan get one more WrestleMania main event match before he retires. He's on his way out.
He is.
He just is.
Edge said he's gonna make his choice after Chamber,
Oh,
so we should know.
Edge is going to pick Raw. I'm sorry, Edge is going to Raw. He just is.
I think he's going for Edge. I think you think he's going after Drew.
Yeah.
I think he's going after or I think he's going after Roman.
It's going to be Drew all day. It's going to be Drew. It's going to be
all
Drew.
right. Say it's going to be Finn, so we're all on different sides.
I'll give an answer for the show.
Dude, he's the rated R superstar. He was big on Raw. It's just how it
It
is.
seems like everybody goes.
Are you
after
still
Drew.
tag
It
team
seems
champions with Cruzy?
I think we lost him at some point.
Oh,
I mean, we're still tag team champions at heart, but officially, I don't think we are.
He likes AEW, so he's used
But
to
I'll give
losing.
my answer.
Oh.
Which one I think is.
I remembered last week.
That's fine.
He came back. He said he never was. He'd be back. So let's get to Raw. We're going to Chambers our big topic this week, so we'll spend a lot of time on that. So let me change our fancy. There you go. It says Raw now.
So
we're not
guys,
going to do Alexa Bliss first.
real quick. I'm just don't usually do. You guys, all of our millions and millions of listeners, our viewers, our watchers, who do you think Ed is going to choose? Is it going to be Roman Reigns? Is it going to be Finn Balor? Or is it going to be my pick, Drew McIntyre?
Denise hates Edge, right? She was pretty bitter about Edge last week, wasn't she?
I don't know.
Denise doesn't like Edge.
I'll do it. Here's what I'll do. I'll do a thing on Twitter for us. We'll do our picks of who we think.
Seabass wants
retweet on Twitter who they like.
So, I think Roman. You think Drew? Who do you think?
I'm gonna stick with Finn.
Nice.
We're gonna.
All right.
And I'll put it on.
Seabass says Finn.
Yep.
Denise either has Edge
'Cause it
or
ain't-
she's just shaking her head. So right now Finn's winning.
Because it. Oh right, it's not fun for all of us to agree. So
And
we make
people
it
are
fun.
laughing at us in
I'll
our
put a
little
thing on
comments here,
Twitter.
so that's cool.
Of everybody's picks, and you guys retweet and like who you think you agree with.
All right, your tag team partner has your back.
He
so
knows.
it's two.
He does.
I mean,
He
I'm
just
used to
knows.
being the only one right.
Oh.
I can't wait till Finn's picked.
All right. Anyway, speaking of something that isn't right, Lacey Agnes. I did not know how to put this banner together, so I legitimately put Lacey Evans is legit pregnant.
That's all you can put.
What the fuck happens now? So she's in a huge storyline with Charlotte,
I know.
who can't get pregnant because she is not female.
Josh.
She probably got Lacey pregnant.
Jeez. Or Ric Flair thought.
I'm very
about Lacey Flair.
I'm just very confused
So
at what's
am I.
going on now.
I'm confused.
It's still on. So I went before the show and I looked on WWE.com and Asuka versus Lacey's still on the card.
Of course
So
it is.
it's 3 days before Friday, Saturday. Yeah,
Cards
3
are
days
changed.
before. Why the fuck would you not change it?
Exactly.
The 4
It's
days
this
you've had.
Sunday.
But
You're right.
anyway,
Well, how long can you be pregnant until you're not allowed to wrestle anymore? Because she wrestled on Raw.
I have been lost.
Denise, I didn't do anything.
I'm lost with the women's division.
That
Raw.
Seabass, that happened Monday.
Complete.
She came
train
out
wreck.
and said she was in a tag match. So for you guys that don't know, sorry, they had a tag match Monday. So it was Charlotte and Asuka
Peyton
against
Royce and
Peyton
Lacey.
Royce and
Yep.
Lacey. Royce took the pin.
Yep.
Lacey grabs the mic and says, I'm not wrestling. I'm pregnant. Flair starts breakdancing and then it ends.
He does breakdance.
people on Twitter start going nuts, and then a report comes out she's legitimately pregnant, and they just found out Monday morning.
She's probably going to give birth to the other hand, not the right hand, but the left hand.
Yeah, Cruzy's right. We need a doctor to answer whatever the
So
fuck's going on.
I'm
Yeah, I think so.
I'm very confused. I've been confused with the women's division on Raw forever. So,
That-
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
Um,
gonna lie. Their champion never defends.
You
it,
know what?
ever. It's just weird.
All right, so okay,
Easy.
let me just take everything you guys said. Raw division, women's division's garbage right
That's
now.
a joke.
Right?
That's a joke.
Awful.
All right, so there's somebody. So Asuka needs an opponent, correct?
Apparently.
Apparently,
Yeah, I guess.
Rhea's still fucking chilling there.
Yeah.
Have Rhea come in, win the belt, just try to completely forget what's been going on the last 8 months. How long's Asuka had the belt?
She's had it for a while. She's had it for a while.
Has she had it since Becky Lynch retired?
Yes.
Yeah, she's had it that long.
She hasn't lost it.
Nope.
Because Charlotte just came back.
So
nobody takes it. So she's had it since Money in the Bank.
Almost a year.
Because she cashed in, technically, the night after Money in the Bank. She won the briefcase, right?
Yeah,
I remember Becky Lynch giving her the title.
Well, yeah, but she
did. It was in the briefcase.
The title was in the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yep.
Okay. Becky put it in there.
Right.
So she's
been champion since WrestleMania.
Since
And
May.
keep in mind, she never
Because Money in the Bank was in May.
Anyway,
So-
Jesus.
wow.
Have Rhea come in, beat the fuck out of her, done. Easy. Make it be like, holy shit,
Yeah.
Asuka just got, wow. And
About
Ripley's
time
there.
for her to lose.
And then Ripley has the belt, and then we just move forward with that. Then Charlotte can come after Rhea, and it's like, listen,
yeah,
not again, bitch. And then you have Rhea, which I think it's going to be anyways. Rhea,
Yep.
Charlotte, Asuka at Mania. Just build towards that going forward. That's what I would do. But what would WWE do? Charlotte will be in it, and she'll win in 5 seconds.
Mhm.
Well, there's a few things here. First of all, Denise,
Josh, your favorite.
I do like Charlotte.
I do like Charlotte too.
I can't stand
I
it.
hate Ric Flair, but I love
Slash him.
Charlotte.
Chuck and I both have been champion because of Charlotte.
Damn right.
Josh will learn to eventually when he
Josh knows what
grows
being
up
champion's like.
here.
Since
But
May.
I don't
also.
like Ric Flair either, but
And so like John says that she's had it since Becky went out, and the thing is she's had it for that long and she's done nothing. Like that title reign's been a joke.
Last week was the first time she's on TV in like 3 weeks. She's
It's
just not.
It's not
Something
entertaining.
has to change. We talked about this before you came on. Something has to change with her.
Well, and I think even WWE superstars agree with it because somebody was talking about. I think it was Cody. What's his name? The announcer guy now. Cody Evans or Corey Graves.
Corey Graves.
Corey Graves.
Cody Evans.
Cody.
I don't know.
I like that.
I don't know. I watch every week. I don't fucking know names. But Corey Graves was even talking about how she used to have like a mystique to her, and now she just doesn't.
She don't.
So like that, and that's a problem. Like they need to make her a badass again because the fact is these titles are kind of a joke and they are kind of a prop.
Yeah.
And just because you are a champion doesn't mean you're over. And I think Asuka used to be over, and even though she's been champion for a year, she's not. It was kind of one of CM Punk's grievances too, because he was champion for over a year, but he still felt like he was being underutilized and not main eventing and stuff.
Mhm.
So like, you know what I mean?
It's time for her to change her, her ways, turn heel, whatever. I agree with Josh. I'd like to see Ripley, but it's probably going to be Charlotte, and Charlotte will win, and it's going to be her and Ripley.
Whoa.
Could be.
There's nothing as shitty as the AEW.
I agree.
So the best women's divisions in wrestling are NXT. There's like a gap between we're in Ohio, so there's a gap between from us to California.
Yep.
And then there's Impact. Then SmackDown. Then there's a gap from California to Hawaii.
Wait, look, the Knockout Girls and Impact?
Then it's Raw. Then somewhere off the fucking globe is AEW's women's division.
Listen.
Let's just be clear.
I like Britt Baker.
I do too.
She's awesome.
Yeah, but she's booked like shit.
So what? She's awesome.
Yeah, they don't book her.
It's like, so
I haven't watched
Asuka's
it
a
yet.
great wrestler. Is she awesome? Because she's booked like shit. You don't even watch AEW. I don't even want to hear it.
John.
Why am I arguing with you
I
about
like
it?
AEW too.
AEW, look,
just
and they
like
are
you.
trying with this tournament. They are trying.
They're
It's like the
trying.
Japanese side, which
Yeah.
is like Kenny Omega's ex-girlfriends. Then the American
That's
side,
big.
which is like the girls that Cody's banged, and they're going to meet in the middle. But
She's mine
they
too.
suck. And
They're pretty bad.
NXT just landed Valkyrie from Impact,
Yeah.
Morrison's
Morrison's
wife,
girlfriend
and
or
then
whatever.
Oh yeah. they
another
did last
thing,
time.
Eli Drake just went to NXT, and he's going to be on the main roster within probably 5-6 months. There's no way he's going to stay down there long. They were talking about him on Busted Open, and they said he's like top 5 promo in wrestling, period. I don't watch Impact. I don't know. So I'll listen to the guys that do know.
Yeah, I do know Valkyrie,
Sure.
and I was kind of excited because she's been on TNA for fucking
Yeah,
ever.
she's
Mhm.
joining, so she's
So-
going to help fill that Rhea Ripley void.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Eli Drake will help fill the Damian Priest void.
That's
So
fair.
Look at that.
I am a little afraid though that Valkyrie will do real well in NXT, and then she'll get the John Morrison effect on the main roster and not use that fucking all.
I think John Morrison's going to win the Money in the Bank briefcase.
I hope so.
Miz.
I do too.
I really do.
hope
I think it's
so.
going to be WrestleMania, them two. I hope it's not fucking Bad Bunny and
Dude, Jesus
Priest
Christ.
against
You
them
lost
two.
me
Even
interest
though
with that name.
even though I'm not, which we're not going to get into, we talked about last week. I understand, and I think Bad Bunny's being utilized better than any celebrity they've had in a long time.
Except he's not a celebrity because nobody knows who the fuck he is.
We
Exactly.
don't, but
But
they
Bad
do.
Bunny's a manly name.
They
Seriously.
do.
Nobody else does either.
He was
I
the
think
most
it's bullshit. I think it's
downloaded
bullshit.
artist last
I
year.
think
He's
it's
won like
bullshit.
7 Grammys. People know who he is.
I don't
We
think so.
don't.
I don't believe
He's
it.
won more Grammys than Tay Sweat.
It's made up. There's no way.
I agree.
No.
Hey,
There
so
is
you're
no
saying
way.
it's like UFC?
No, hold on. There is no way that Bad Bunny has sold more than fucking Taylor
Not
Swift.
sold more. He's won more awards.
Well, no, not Grammys. Maybe like bullshit underground weird rabbit awards.
That's
There's
what Grammys are.
There's no way he has more awards than Taylor Swift.
Coldplay has won Grammys. They've sucked forever.
Oh, yeah.
If he is on WWE, he is not winning shit like Taylor Swift.
I have no issue with Bad Bunny. Just keep him away from my man Priest.
Who
Are you
has it?
kidding me?
All right, let's get back on
That's
track.
my
I don't even know
only
what
issue.
track we're on. Well, we're talking about Lacey Evans' pregnancy, so no wonder we got off track.
No one, yeah.
That happens.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was me coming at Tay Sweet. I'm not coming
What
at
are you
her.
doing?
I have a 149-day Twitter
So
thing.
you're going at her on Twitter pretty hard.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to get her on one of my shows, so I get more than 85 views.
I'm gonna answer,
But she won't answer.
I'm gonna answer John's question about the AEW women's. John, I'm with you. I watch AEW every week.
She gets it.
Their women's division is not good at all.
Oh, she's talking
It's
shit.
But Brett Baker is my favorite one.
Yeah, she's
Now,
a
Britt Baker is the best thing in
And
that
they don't
division,
use
and
her
they don't
right
use
at
her
all.
correctly.
Is she still banging Adam Cole?
Yeah.
They've injured every time she gets close to a title picture. They injure her off every time.
All right.
They injure her off, or does she get injured?
She had her nose.
She gets
broke.
it. She
She's
gets
in the
it.
dumbest storylines where she gets. her
She's
nose
slightly
broke.
injury prone.
Yeah.
So let's just be honest. Thunder Rosa is not even AW's. Serena Deeb is the NWA
Nyla
champion.
Rose.
No, I'm making a point.
Oh,
The women they have that are good don't even belong to them. That's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's like WWE having who the fuck? Nyla Rose from AEW, and that's their best woman.
With Vicky.
So
Yeah, they're doing that combination stuff.
yeah,
It's
they're
just-
still doing
Vicky's
it.
our
I
manager
just don't
still.
agree
So
with.
yeah.
All right, Sheamus won the gauntlet match. That was a pretty good match.
It was a
Styles
good match.
and McIntyre, I think, had the best match in it.
Yeah, when you guys got here, it was right when Alexa Bliss came on the monitor with Randy Orton. So I didn't finish the match yet. because of-
Unbelievable.
So Sheamus won. He got a clean bro kick on Drew.
Nice, dude.
He
Somebody
comes out last.
Somebody today said, "I hate it when good wrestlers get shitty finisher moves, like the cake more." Like he literally shot. He literally thought it was like he watched Raw one night and thought that's what they said. Like he legit thought
Take more.
the cake more. I'm
Okay.
like, so we all thought he was bullshitting with us, and then he's like,
Did
no.
you see it? Drew, I want you to go to a birthday party. I want you to kick a kid in the face when he has cake. You call it the cake.
And I had to think about it for a minute. Like, wait a minute, have I been saying it wrong? Like, I mean,
Well, it's funny you were calling the Hurt Business the Hurt Locker,
And
and
now
now his finishing move's called the
The
Hurt
Hurt
Locker.
MVP
So every time you say it, every time it happens, she's like, Ben. I was
The
like,
Hurt Locker. They
damn it.
know.
and that was totally on accident. I legit thought that's just
They already copied our merchandise.
Yeah.
So now they're
They
taking-
did.
They did. They
it was a really good match. I get what they're doing. I bet you any amount of money Drew starts
Yep.
and runs through it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Sheamus will come in last. So let me ask you guys this. This is a hot topic. So you think Edge is gonna fight Drew?
I know it is.
I know he's gonna fight Roman. So this is gonna be interesting.
And I'm not in it because I picked Finn. So
All right.
I do like not anymore. He got hurt. I heard MVP.
Yeah. Well, he's not gonna fight Drew at WrestleMania anyway.
Well, he's not coming either because he got hurt.
he did.
That's true. he is.
He's coming
Yeah.
to the
He's
ER.
on
he,
the approach. Has messed his leg up. I think it was.
So, looking at Raw, is Sheamus versus Drew a WrestleMania main event caliber match going into, or
Sheamus versus Drew. We said he
How-
was in our predictions a while back.
if not, how would you book Drew? Because we're getting the Sheamus Drew thing already.
Mhm.
Can it really stretch out 3 more months?
It's gonna get
Or 2 more months?
It's gonna get pushed. Their big match will be at Fastlane. Sheamus and
So
Drew.
how would you do book Drew at Mania
You have
without minus Edge? Because that's where where you think it's going to go.
You can't do that because it's going to be Edge. So my prediction,
If it's not Edge,
Jeez.
because it's not going to be Edge.
That's not going to be.
So who's going to fight Roman?
somebody else.
He's already beat half. That's why Edge needs to go to NXT. He's never been down there fighting. There you go.
Did we do our WrestleMania predictions before Edge won the Rumble?
We did.
We did. Okay. That's right. We all have a fight order.
No,
That's true.
I do like Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, and I agree that I would not have a problem with those two main event in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I want
But
Sheamus to win.
A lot of other people
I do.
do have problems with that. I don't think the company sees Sheamus as a WrestleMania main eventer anymore. We've been in the company for 11 years now,
Mhm.
so it's just not going to happen. And then they started doing this feud. Like, well, maybe they will last till WrestleMania, and then all of a sudden now they're fighting already. We have two.
Well, they're going to cross paths in the chamber, and then Fastlane.
And then after Fastlane is when Edge is going to come out and fucking spear McIntyre and say,
I
"Bitch."
think Fastlane will be where Edge announces who he's going to
He
face.
needs to wait till
You have to make that pay-per-view
Yeah.
mean
I
something.
agree.
So
Yeah.
the Edge's announcement has to be
Don't do it
the
now,
main
Edge.
thing
Wait
there.
till after Fastlane.
I think it's going to be Daniel Bryan and Cesaro against Seth and Roman at Fastlane.
Probably.
I don't think Roman's defending the belt
I
again.
don't think he is.
Wait,
either.
say that again.
Fastlane. So
Right.
I don't think Roman is.
What's your match prediction?
So I think Bryan and Seth are going to fight at Mania.
Oh, right.
I think Roman. Never mind. It's going to be Roman and Jay against
Okay.
Cesaro and Bryan.
That I could see. Yeah.
And Seth interferes or
Well, what's
something.
Kevin Owens doing?
I don't know.
He's lost in the shuffle after.
He is.
We'll talk about Chamber because that's one of the things I wanted to ask
Yeah.
you guys. Any chance, kind of foreshadowing, that Sheamus wins this week? He has the advantage. Normally, when you have the advantage, you never win. Braun
Yeah.
came out at 30 in the Rumble and didn't win.
Yeah,
Thirty never
that was
wins.
all of our picks too,
Oh,
and he didn't win.
Also, did you guys see that subtle hint of a Braun Strowman Shane McMahon match that
Oh,
was dropped
yeah.
backstage?
I did not.
Yeah.
So
I saw
Braun Strowman goes up to Adam Pearce and
I
he's
saw
like,
that.
"Listen, where's
Yeah.
fucking Shane McMahon at?"
Ah.
And he's like,
he was
Tell him if he doesn't, why am I not in this match? And he's like, because you're a former Universal Champion, not a
Oh,
former
how
WWE.
rude.
These are
Rude
which,
about
hey,
Adam
listen,
Pearce,
it's true.
really.
that did
It
work.
is.
And I told you this made sense. And Vince heard me because The Miz is out. Kofi's in. And
He did.
Guess what's going to happen? Ali's going to come out, attack Kofi,
Yep.
take his spot in the
He
match,
did.
just like
He
what
did say
happened
that
to
last
Kofi.
week.
He did. He
I
told
said
us.
that
He
made
did.
the most sense.
Yep.
And why the fuck's Miz in it? He's not. Kofi's in. Watch. Ali was
Ali
not
take
on
it.
Raw.
No, he was not.
I wonder why he wasn't on Raw. Because
Probably
he's going to fuck
because-
Kofi up this
I-
week.
My guess was he was on Raw because nobody gives a fuck about Revolution anymore.
They were on WWE. It's Retribution, first
Well,
off.
whatever.
And they were on WWE main event, okay? They beat the White Power Ranger and Angel Guards in a tag match.
Oh, the
If
White
you
Power
must
Ranger.
know, Teabag and Slapdick won, just to be
Oh,
fair.
gee.
Hey man,
But yeah, listen, that Ali thing's going to be sweet. Badass. 'Cause
That would
that's
be cool.
realistic, and that's a real thing that happened.
who did that to Kofi? Was it Randy Orton in like 09 or something?
Attack Kofi?
Somebody did.
Edge.
Oh shit!
It was Edge.
Remember, Edge
Yeah,
attacked him
it
because Edge
was.
lost his belt earlier
Yep,
the
yep,
night,
yep.
and he attacked Kofi, threw him
was
into the
Edge.
steps,
It was
and then he
Edge.
jumped in and beat Cena and won the belt back.
He
I was
did.
at B-dubs for that.
Or he won the other belt
Right.
because he lost
He lost his
I
first
think
one.
he lost the big gold and won the spinner.
Right. Good times, man.
Dude, and I think it's Roman, obviously, which we're going to quit harping on that. But I think Roman's going to trade the shitty blue one for the big gold and be like, hey, Edge, remember that belt you never lost when you retired?
Dude,
I have it.
Yeah.
I hope
Come
so.
get it.
I miss the big gold belt.
Big gold might be my next drunken late night purchase of WWE
Dude,
shop.
it's a good
I
belt.
thought yours was the Fiend belt.
That's two. That's next time.
That's
I don't
what
ever
agree.
want him to have it, and I don't ever see a reason for me to carry it around.
No, I meant
people be
you-
like, what the fuck's
no, I
that? But if
meant
I
you
carry
buy
around
the
the gold belt, people will be like,
I
yeah,
mean,
that's
gold
that belt.
It's the only good thing to come out of WCW.
Yeah.
Was that belt?
That is a cool belt.
Like,
Well,
it's just a badass gold
and
belt.
half-ass naked women.
Well,
But
Good.
I mean, I think Pornhub
Speaking
did.
of women,
Listen,
go right ahead.
you brought this up, so we have to talk about it.
Oh no.
Alexa Bliss
Of course.
was in like some kind of
Pentagram.
Yeah, like you're the
Crazy.
paranormal guy. So
It was a
Yeah,
pentagram.
it is.
And the
I was
fact they
kind of-
did that was insane.
So after my issues with the Illuminati last week, my future wife is in a what's it called?
Pentagram.
All right, so I was in the Illuminati for like 2 days last week. They tried to give me millions of dollars and they wouldn't. I told them Kane and the Undertaker weren't brothers and they blocked me on Facebook. But
I'll block your ass too for that.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. But I was, as a former Illuminati person, I was very interested in what the hell she was doing, which led to her jumping on all the LED boards and distracting Orton where he got
course.
counted out. But I do want to point out a couple things. Some fans are smart. Have you noticed that every time Alexa comes out and interferes in an Orton match, nobody acknowledges her being there?
Nobody
If you
knows.
go, and I went back and watched Raw
They don't.
and skipped when she was on the top rope and interfered in the Drew and Orton match. They don't even the commentators don't mention her. The ref doesn't look at her.
She's just sitting up there.
Then the lights go off. They acknowledge the lights went off and went back on. What the fuck? But they never acknowledge her being there. Then on Raw this week, they just say, "What's going on? The lights are flickering."
That's
the
it.
ref keeps counting. He doesn't even break stride.
Orton's the only
And the
one that
announcers
sees her.
never acknowledge Alexa being on the boards.
Only Orton
Is
does.
it fair that could it be said, you're a paranormal guy? Is Randy the only one that could see her?
If that's what they're doing, then absolutely.
It looks
I
like
haven't
it.
noticed because my eyes are on
Yeah,
Alexa Bliss.
I don't pay attention.
I know where your guys'
I was
eyes are.
listening,
My
I
eyes
was
is on
listening
Orton,
to Busted
so there we
Open
go.
Tuesday morning, and a fan called in and was like, just
That's
said
what
what
they
I
said,
said.
yeah.
And Bully Ray's like, bullshit. So when
And
they
sure
went to
enough-
commercial, they watched it back and they're like, holy shit.
That's some smart shit.
So they're like,
Yeah.
that's Bray.
I'm gonna go back and look.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
I went back and looked and I was like, holy shit,
maybe
they don't
Orton's the
acknowledge
only
her
one
being
that can
there at
see
all.
it.
That'd be
Maybe
hard to
Orton
do.
So
too.
Orton's the only one that can see her apparently.
Yeah.
Lucky,
So
lucky son of a bitch.
what happens
John, poor
at
Orton.
Fastlane
Why?
could
Yeah.
hey, there's Bennett's still
That is
There's
interesting.
Bennett's
Yeah,
still alive.
there's
He's done
Bennett.
pouring steel on the sidewalk. What's up, Bennett?
Of course, he likes a
Can you pour some steel over this snow?
And
I'd
now-
appreciate it.
And not only is Bennett alive, Bennett is a former RSH
He
champion.
is. Yeah, he is.
What's up?
Yeah, we need.
What's up?
Yeah.
That's all I got.
What up?
That's all we got.
All right.
Oh.
So Elimination Chamber. Well, we had to take a commercial break first. We just
Oh,
talked about
man.
Alexa Bliss. I'm all sweaty.
No,
It's not a long commercial
You're
break.
right.
Oh,
something.
please.
So
I say, oh man.
audio
Oh,
podcast.
jeez.
Audio podcast. We have Chuck has one.
Paranormal Activities. Check it out. It's awesome.
You got the Shit Show girls.
Yeah, check them out. They're awesome too.
You
You
got
talk about like
The Betty
murders.
Files girls, which I don't know their names.
I haven't listened to them yet, but I'm sure they're
Check
good.
out all of our badass audio podcasts. Check out this commercial, and we'll be right back for our Elimination Chamber pick.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Shit, that was a quick commercial. I'm not used
Yeah.
to those.
That was quick, yeah.
We have a lot of live shows. Maybe we should start playing that one first.
Dude, that's true. And Bennett, we miss you too,
We
brother.
miss you too, Bennett.
Denise, you cannot give Alexa Bliss too much credit. She's the great.
These two, Denise, that's all they're going to talk about. Is
So there's
Alexa.
3 things on this
Get used
earth
to that.
that are perfect.
Oh,
3.
Her right boob,
Oh my god.
3.
her left boob.
I'm still on 3.
Are you guys watching wrestling or Alexa Bliss? Okay, probably both.
3. Me. 2.
Good.
Tay-Sway and 1 Alexa Bliss.
There you go.
Wow.
1A.
I mean,
1B. Bud Light. That's it.
Oh my god.
dude, it's heartbreaking because
I know Denise, they're nuts.
I know it's fun to shit talk Alexa Bliss because a lot of people do. But listen, she's not the best in the ring, sure. But you know, when you're like I've always say, professional wrestling, you need 3 things to go to be successful. And in-ring ability is only one of those 3. If you have
Nowadays, it's the least significant. of
and
those 3.
nowadays it is. And she has mic skills. She has personality. She has charisma. She can make a character grow. She has everything you need to be successful in WWE.
the look.
Look at
The
The
look's
Rock.
a real thing.
Look at The Rock, dude.
He can't wrestle.
The Rock's in skill ring work was fucking 25% at best.
Did you say the Rock can't wrestle?
Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
terrible.
Rock can't wrestle. He does the rock bottom and drops an elbow that would be kicked out at 1 on AEW.
And then back in those days, nobody could wrestle.
Ric Flair does a chop.
Well, actually, Ric Flair's pretty good. I hate
Hulk
to admit
Hogan
that.
did a big boot that didn't even reach their head and a big leg. Big Show was a multiple-time champion and got over. He couldn't really go in the ring. Cena wasn't the best wrestler, but I think he got a little bit over.
5
So,
moves of doom.
I mean,
So-
wrestling's not about moves, or else AEW be pulling 85 million a
Yeah.
week,
That's a good point.
and NXT be pulling 84 because
that's-
it's just wrestling.
NXT's a perfect example.
You
of
need a
that.
story.
Yeah, and Alexa Bliss can give that story. So all of you haters out there, you're all just
Denise.
jealous. You're all jealous of Alexa Bliss. Admit it, because you wish that every girl could be like Alexa Bliss.
And people are forgetting she's carrying the story without Bray.
She is.
Bray I miss him.
Yeah,
I do too.
but do we miss him though? Because he's never really left because of Alexa
Yeah,
Bliss.
but his return, and she said it this week. He's coming. He's reborn, and she's like looking at something.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it. I'm eager to see what he. I don't think he's just going to come back old mask and shit. I think he's going to come out looking crazy. Some kind of different mask. I don't know.
Yeah,
a new thing.
Bray's one of those ones that got creative power over himself.
Sure.
So
look at her chemistry with Randy Orton too, because Randy Orton's kind of a douchebag to work with, and she's killing it with him.
She's killing it with him. Yeah.
So like it's so I'm just tired.
Randy's very good with women that aren't his wife.
Poor Randy Orton, my favorite wrestler of all time.
He's shitting somebody's bag in the locker room.
Did you see the thing on Twitter
just saying,
where he got high
God.
with Snoop Dogg at WrestleMania 25 before he won the world title?
That's awesome.
I thought he'd get backstage heat because Snoop Dogg went over to AEW for a couple of nights and they pulled all his Undertaker merch, which still made no sense to me why that was a thing.
Yeah, it's still using Sasha Banks' theme song. So
good segue.
Yep.
So let's get some of these stupid matches over. So Elimination Chamber is weird because Lacey Evans is pregnant, yet her and Asuka's still on the card. These are matches that are rumored to be happening. You've had Sasha Banks' Reginald, I think's his name.
Yeah, Reginald.
Flirting, doing some weird shit with Sasha backstage. Rumor is you'll get a third match between these three.
Or is it fourth? Maybe
it's
fourth.
third.
Is it third?
I'm rolling with Sasha. I don't think Carmella's winning the belt.
Carmella's my favorite, but it's going to be Sasha.
I'm going to roll that Sasha.
As much as I want Carmella to win, it's not happening.
All right. Let's go to better things.
How pitiful.
Ziggler and Rude, which I actually been digging.
Love them. Love them.
I miss Glorious, but it'll come back at some point.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
But they're a really good tag team.
They are.
And I think they owe the Profits another match.
Yep.
There is no reason that they don't use the Glorious tag team to start it. Do like merge the two songs and have a Glorious.
Thank you, Denise.
What do you mean you're over Sasha,
Denise.
who is the best?
I've been sick of
so
Sasha.
Like Alexa Woman
forever.
is like Sasha's the best. Like if we put all of those things together, Sasha does all of them. Wrestles, look,
not bad.
Personality, mic, charisma. Sasha is the Black Alexa Bliss.
Oh my God.
That's not a ooh. Alexa is the most. People say Charlotte, but Alexa is the most marketable over woman on Raw. Sasha is the most marketable over woman on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Until Rhea shows up on Raw.
See, I'm not.
And listen, they planted seeds for Alexa and Rhea at the Royal Rumble too, where Rhea threw her out. Don't think that's not going to get revisited someday.
That's fair.
That's going to.
And that's going to be great because Rhea's going to beat my girl's ass. Unfortunately,
Denise agrees with me. I'm sick of Sasha.
Well, Denise can just get the fuck out of here. She knows what she's talking about.
Denise is using already.
That's what I've been saying. I want Sasha to not be champion anymore.
So I think Ziggler, or as I put in here, Zigger and Rude's going to retain.
Yeah.
I don't think Street Profits are going to win. Or as you call them, Private Party.
Private Party.
Private Party.
I'm going to start calling them that too, probably.
All right. So Big E and Apollo. I'm assuming just Big E.
Big E.
Big E.
Yeah. I don't see any titles changing.
Let's get to another match with an interesting storyline. So Keith Lee's reportedly banged up. He wasn't on Raw.
Well, maybe he should go back to the Sports Center and get some
the Performance Center.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has any issues with him getting hurt.
I'm just talking shit.
But Bobby Lashley, Riddle, and Keith Lee. So we need to make a pick if there is no Keith Lee and if there is. If there is a Keith Lee, I have him winning and pinning Riddle. If there is no Keith Lee, Lashley's going to keep his belt.
I dig it. I have Lashley retaining no matter what.
Lashley, me too.
I got Lee. If not, no Keith Lee, Lashley. There has been no update as of
that's whatever.
10 till 6 Eastern time. So we'll see.
49 minutes is a lot of time. It could have changed by now.
I took Lacey off. So Lacey versus Asuka. I got Lacey. And I have her unborn child being the women's champion.
If that match does happen, it's going to be Lacey.
She's pregnant. It's not going to happen. But I took it off of here.
They're going to need to change that.
Drew versus... I need to change it. Damn. Drew versus Kofi Kingston versus Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles versus Sheamus versus Randy Orton. Chuck.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew.
Yep. Who's the last one?
Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre is going to end the cage.
Yep.
Book it.
I feel like Drew and Jeff start because Jeff's an easy first out. Drew will clean him, knock him out. Ali's going to attack Kofi.
Man.
Kofi probably gets in there somehow. Drew just finishes them off. Then, I mean, Styles and Orton. I think it'll go Drew, Jeff, Drew, Kofi, Drew, Styles, Drew, Orton, Drew, Sheamus. And I think Orton, Sheamus, Styles, and Drew are all in there together.
Well, so you know you could have more than just one.
I think those. I think Jeff gets Drew just claymores them after a few minutes, just to be like, yeah, I'm the fucking champ. And he just starts taunting people. Then Kofi gets attacked by Ali. Now, I don't know whether Ali takes his spot or whether he just throws Kofi in there still, and Kofi's like fucked up the whole match and doesn't, just gets out and gets claymore.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm not going to wreck the whole match here, but I just think McIntyre is probably going to start and end on Sheamus.
Does the Fiend cost Orton or Alexa?
Nope. I don't think Fiend's going to be
Neither
there.
of them?
Nope.
Not even Alexa?
I don't even think Alexa will show up.
At all?
They've been keeping her off. They've been keeping their storyline like off pay-per-views for whatever reason.
When do we see when would be an appropriate time to see the Fiend?
Maybe Fastlane?
I can't do another month.
I don't know either, but maybe. I just don't see it going down Chamber. I think they're going to make Chamber special for McIntyre and Sheamus and not do a lot of other stuff. And maybe Ali, I could see that happening too. So you can't have like 4 different things going on in the same match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could.
I mean, they could, but I don't think they will. I think they're going to keep it simpler than that and do the Fiend another day.
See, because Monday gave me hope that we're going to see the Fiend come back.
Well, maybe he'll come back on Monday. Maybe
nobody wants that.
I think something will happen.
The 1.1 million people that actually still watch Raw. Go ahead. My bad.
You're okay. My prediction for the Chamber, when he comes out, something's going to happen when he's in the match. I don't know why I'm thinking this, but like when he gets out of the thing, like the Fiend's going to be staying, the lights are going to go out, and Orton tries to get out, and the Fiend steps like he's really right in Orton's angle. The lights are going to go out as soon as Orton's about to come in. There's the Fiend standing there. Sister Abigail or something's going to happen.
Then the lights go out and he disappears.
And as Orton's trying to get out of the chamber, and then he's out, and then McIntyre pins Orton, and there's Orton's eliminated.
Or somebody like Styles pins him. Because it'd be a Styles move, like the heel. He'd be like, fuck yeah.
Or
pins Randy Orton real quick.
Or the lights just go out and Randy Orton's like, okay, he's here and Orton's ready to fight.
Yes. Denise brings up a good point. Maybe he'll come up under the mat.
Yeah.
It reminds me of
that's going to happen. I don't want it to, but it's going to.
Was it fucking Shawn who came out of the chamber? When Shawn and Taker fought, which one of them came up from the bottom of the chamber and attacked the other one? Was it Shawn who came up and attacked Taker and made Taker lose the belt? Remember that? You're fucking Shawn Michaels guy.
I am. I know Kane has come out from under that quite a bit, and so has Taker. I don't remember Shawn Michaels.
Go ahead, Yvonne.
Kane's pulled people under the ring. He's pulled Daniel Bryan under the ring.
Onto that though, it could be kind of interesting and unique if the Fiend somehow comes up from under the chamber while Randy Orton is still in his pod. So the Fiend takes him out of his pod.
So there you go. So 2010, Shawn had lost to The Undertaker the year before Mania, and he kept asking Undertaker for another match. Undertaker's like, no, I don't need to prove anything to you. So he was fighting for the championship,
right?
And Shawn came out from under the chamber. Nice. Sweet Chin Music him back inside of the ring, and he got pinned.
That's cool.
And then Jericho pinned him, and then Shawn just stared down at Undertaker.
Nice.
So Fiend could come up. I think if we see anything, which I agree with you, that breaks my heart because I want Bray to be there, but I think we got a flash. Then Orton's like, "Holy shit!" Then it just lights go off, and it's gone. And then somebody hits a finisher on him, and then he loses.
Yeah, that's probably my guess. I think it would be really fucking cool though. It's not going to happen, but if Randy Orton was in the pod waiting to come out, and then the Fiend just takes him under it.
That'd be cool.
I mean,
remember last year Otis got knocked through the pod.
He did.
Either the Fiend's in it, or his music, or the lights just goes up, and he's messing with Orton as he always is. And it's going to cost.
So we're all with Drew.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
All tiebreakers gonna be
I don't
weird
see any title changes till Mania. I really don't see
me neither.
So this match, it might be coming down to this, even though I feel like you guys might go the same way here. KO, Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Corbin, and Uso. The winner fights Roman Reigns later that night or directly after. I'm not sure what. I could see them doing this at the very end, and then Roman just comes down, spears the guy, and wins.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have different picks here because I'm just thinking out into myself in my own brain right now what's gonna happen. I think I got it.
All right. I think Cesaro's gonna win.
You think Cesaro?
And Roman's just gonna beat his ass, and then the sympathy for Cesaro is gonna keep going for a little bit. We'll see what happens.
That's true.
I think at least Cesaro and Bryan versus Jay and Roman, and then Edge's gonna fuck it up by picking Roman.
Could be close, but that last part.
If Edge does pick Drew, I want Cesaro and Roman at Mania.
I'll be all right with that.
I think Cesaro deserves it. And then when you have TJ back on, because TJ's been waiting. Our boy Tyson Kidd, he's been waiting for it. That'd be cool. And he's the one that said you never know.
He did.
How cool would it be to have him on to talk about Cesaro being at Mania for the world title?
If Cesaro does win the championship at WrestleMania, I will be fucking social media and Tyson Wilson and be like, hey, who do you got winning this match?
I got Cesaro winning.
I got KO.
Oh my God.
No. I'm sick of it.
You're both wrong.
I'm sick of we're sick of the KO stuff, but why else is KO in this? I mean, obviously to lose, but as we say, to lose.
Fill a spot is why he's in it. Here's who's going to win. Jey Uso with the assistance of Roman Reigns, and then Jey Uso is going to lay down to Roman Reigns and let Roman Reigns pin him.
That's a good point.
To recreate the finger poke of doom, or whatever I thought they called it, with the NWO when Hulk Hogan pinned Kevin Nash.
I know, like I said,
that's what's going to happen.
We're all sick of KO, but
yep, Jey Uso is going to win with Roman Reigns' assistance, which will lead to Roman Reigns pinning Jey Uso. Booking it now. Now we'll give Roman Reigns even bigger boo, weak sauce hate.
We can eliminate Zayn and King Corbin. Like, what the heck? So, like, Bryan, Cesaro, or Jay, or Kevin would be the four.
What's he typing over? He's made a new banner over here.
I know.
So, do you guys watching at home agree? Because it's fucking going to be Jey Uso.
So that's going to be it. Uso or KO. And if it's neither,
tiebreaker wins.
Tie goes to the defending champion.
Denise has KO too.
Thank you, Denise. So do I.
I want to see Cesaro, especially after his promo.
Dude, I would love
to see his promo on Talking Smack.
I haven't yet. I've been meaning to.
Yeah,
and don't get me wrong. I would love for Cesaro to win that and go on the main event and win. I would be all about that life. I would mark out. That's what they call it. You know, like I'd be all about that. I just don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna be Cesaro versus something. You know,
it's gonna be something probably sillier.
Probably Seth Rollins. Something to do with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, see, Seth's not in it, which I found interesting.
That is.
But even though he was declared back, but I guess they wouldn't want to put him in and take a loss.
He's got to stay away from all that.
Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do. He might call Cesaro. I don't know because he beat up Cesaro. We'll see.
If anything, he might attack him backstage before the match.
He could.
Something like that.
Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to have a feud going forward, which will lead to Cesaro not winning the Chamber because he gets a feud with him still.
Like Josh said, what about if it's not Jay or KO? If it's like King Corbin or something weird?
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
I'm just glad to see Corbin in it. Like to begin with,
Corbin
hasn't been doing shit.
Bad.
Yeah, it's got to be Jay or KO, and I just don't see. I mean, I think storyline wise, to get Reigns even more booed is to have Jay win and lay down. That makes sense for their current storyline.
See, if you're going to want to piss the fans off, you give them the guy they've been wanting for years.
Sure.
And then Cesaro's got it. He hits the neutralizer. Roman kicks out at one. Jay interferes. Roman turns around, spears him 1, 2, 3, and it's like that. It's like
gone.
And then Friday night, the next Friday, Heyman's like, you never get another fucking shot either.
That's what gave him heat originally when he eliminated Daniel Bryan in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
That's what we've learned about.
When he was a good guy. That's
what we learned about these Roman Reigns' match. Jay is always interfering. It doesn't matter what match it is. He's interfering all the time.
Cesaro was such a badass. He doesn't need to shit talk. He'll just beat your ass in the ring. Yeah.
There's some guys that just can't. It's not that he can't. It's just he's not great at talking.
Doesn't fit his character. He's I'm going to get in there and get it done kind of guy.
And there's a lot of people that's went over the years. The Big Show's never a great talker. There's a lot of people that weren't a great talker.
I think they even paired up Cesaro with Paul Heyman.
They did. He brought that up on Talking Smack. He's like, Daniel Bryan's like, Paul, is Roman Reigns on the Brock Lesnar contract? Like, has he fought on SmackDown this year? He's like, when's the last time Roman fought on SmackDown? It's like, he already took last Mania off. Does he need any more time off? And he was like, Paul's like, my guys work harder or work smarter, not harder. And he was like, so did Cesaro just love wrestling too much? Because every guy that you've had was successful except Cesaro. Why isn't he a world champion? And that brought in the real, because they were paired. That's when Cesaro went off.
Yeah,
and it was pretty cool.
That's a good.
It was very good. It
that's-
was easily. Denise, you say you can't shit talk. Google or go to WWE Network and watch Talking Smack from last Friday and go to the very end. It's like the last 3 minutes of Cesaro. And tell me he can't talk when he's given the chance to talk for himself.
You just haven't had the opportunity on TV.
So it's Talking
No,
Smack.
he hasn't.
It's shoot.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
and you
man.
see what's happened, like the Daniel Bryan Miz thing years ago.
Yeah, that was
That
good.
went viral where they
Yeah.
start screaming at each other because they
Mhm,
they
did.
sincerely don't like each other.
They really don't.
And storyline wise, you're even making Cesaro's career, a failure. Like, Seth
Mhm.
Rollins, he was attacking him saying, "You'll never get to your full potential without me." So, I mean, they're acknowledging that Cesaro, everybody loves him. He
Well,
could
I'll
be
tell you,
bigger.
Yep.
That promo is why I picked him Cesaro.
That's fair.
By
I mean,
itself.
I'll watch it. I haven't watched it. Yeah, I will. I'll do it tonight. When you guys leave, I'll fucking watch it.
It's the last 3 minutes
I
or
gotta
so.
watch that
It's a
too.
pretty decent show. They shoot, so I like
Right.
it. 'Cause
Yeah.
Paul always goes in on somebody. This week he went after Sasha. He's like, "You're too soft." He's like, "Bianca's gonna kick your ass if you keep playing this cocky little thing." He's like, "Get back to being dirty. Get your shit together. She's gonna take your belt."
There you
And
go.
then Sasha's like, "Whatever." And then he went in on Apollo Crews a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he
Apollo's-
did.
That's
He
when
did.
Apollo turned heel,
He
Right.
did.
and then joined Roman the week after. So it puts it all together.
I got you. I dig Paul Heyman, man. He's a sneaky snake.
So when I was typing, WWE news and rumors.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
All right.
There's a
Keith
news
Lee.
and a rumor.
So backstage, so Keith Lee, we talked about him in the match. There is pushback from creative towards Vince McMahon.
Oh, good. Fuck Vince.
They said, the report says, backstage creative says Lee is incredibly gifted for his size and he moves around the ring well, but he is yet to find that special spark in Vince McMahon's opinion. One tenured writer confirmed Keith has not caught Vince's eye yet, and his promos don't have that fire he looks for. It was also explained to this source that nobody is really excelling in that area besides Roman, Paul, Orton, Edge, Street Profits, and Lacey Evans, in Vince's opinion. Those are his strongest promos.
But Lacey Evans sucks. Like, no offense to Lacey. As to her, when she's on the mic, I'm not interested like I am everybody else. I don't think she has earned that spot, in my opinion, from what I've heard.
She's getting there, but not.
So back
Not.
there's
that.
pushback that says,
Lacey Evans is-
"What the hell you doing, Vince? This guy's money."
He is money.
He is.
Even Brock Lesnar put him over. That's a big deal.
He did.
Come on, Vince.
Now, this is interesting. And
Oh.
we don't watch I've been watching, but you don't. I want your
I'm
opinion
the only
first.
one that
I don't want
watches
your
it.
opinion first on this one.
Oh.
Deal.
So you know how AEW is working with everybody.
Everybody all day.
So Cody Rhodes came out and said,
Look at my tattoo.
"I would love to work with WWE."
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So Tony Khan comes in
Oh,
and he
boy.
goes, "They are more than welcome to work with us. As I've said, the forbidden door is open anytime. Just come knock. If they were to knock on the door, I would let them in." That's cute.
Here's the
And I
deal.
hope Bray jumps out of that door and chokes you out.
I mean, here's my honest opinion. I'm not trying.
Why would WWE do this?
Yeah, and that's the thing. There was a time. Do you guys remember? You might not remember. I used to watch TNA, and there was a time when
I remember you used to tell me about AJ Styles.
when Road Dogg and a few other guys were working with TNA at the time, and they tried to invade WWE, trying to recreate what WWF did WCW, and obviously nobody opened the door for them. Why would you? It's like when little people go knocking on big people's doors. Why would we even? Why would the big people acknowledge you? Yeah, you guys would want to work with WWE. Why wouldn't you want to work with WWE? I'm not trying to be a WWE suck up. I hate WWE a lot of the time. Fuck events. That's what the needs, and I agree on that. But at the same time, it doesn't make business sense for Vince to agree to work with them because they're the bigger people. They're the ones with the name. Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes are the ones who are going to WWE. Why would WWE even acknowledge it if they want to be the bigger only competitor? That's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not. It doesn't make business sense for WWE. It does for AEW, but not WWE. And WWE, if I can say it without saying 4 Ws, they don't care about your competition. And maybe it'd make money for them, but Vince doesn't want them as competition. Vince doesn't want them. He wants all of it. So no, he's not going to open up the doors. He doesn't even give a fuck about your door. Yeah, they're going to watch you so they know how to beat you, but they don't give a fuck about your door. I mean, I'm not wrong in that aspect. I'm probably didn't say it the right way, but like, it's just like a little guy knock on a big guy's door. Hey, acknowledge me, acknowledge me, acknowledge me.
As your tribal chief.
As your tribal chief, yeah.
Yeah, it's just that small-minded. It's small-minded, in my opinion, for them to think that they're big enough to knock on WWE's door expecting an answer. And maybe I'm wrong. You guys can say that I'm wrong and prove me wrong. But they've been around for 2 years.
I don't think that it makes sense for either.
It makes sense for AEW because more people watch
Just not this soon.
Well, that's what their problem.
Like they're beating it. I mean, AEW's goal is to get eyes, and they debuted at 1.5 million, right? Their debut episode, and they've hit a million. What, 4? If Cruci is still watching, he'd probably tell me 4 or 5 times maybe they've hit a million.
Yeah, the problem. The problem is WWE has been around forever. AEW's been around for 2 years.
But does AEW want to? That's the ultimate cop out. That's just saying we aren't good enough. Let's bring their guys on so we can actually get a couple million people.
The thing with professional wrestling, and I can even incorporate this into our podcast, where I was talking about our shows and how we can be better and what we can do. We're still, the goal to success is consistency. And AEW needs to stop giving a fuck about WWE and be themselves and be consistent with their own brand. You can't grow unless you have a base of a company. And AEW needs to just worry about their own base before they can start doing other things. And the same goes into any kind of business venture. That's probably one of the biggest reasons that companies and podcasts and shows and networks fail. It's not because they don't know what they're doing. It's because they try to grow too fast. And AEW, which is, I understand they have a lot of big names and they think they can grow really, really fast. They think they're established because of their names. They're not.
Can't live by names.
No, you're not. They're not established yet. Very few people know who they are outside of their AEW community and probably WWE community. But other than that, nobody knows or gives a fuck. So stop trying to fight other companies. Stop trying to take the fans of other companies and stop pushing Vince McMahon because that doesn't fucking work. WCW proved that. Ted Turner called Vince and said, hey, I bought a wrestling company. And guess what Ted Turner no longer fucking owns? It hasn't owned for 20 years. A fucking wrestling company. Stop trying to fight Vince McMahon. Make your own company. Grow it to where you can fight Vince McMahon. Because right now, nobody gives a fuck. If AEW tried to take on Raw or SmackDown, they would lose very quickly. Yeah, you can take on NXT when NXT actually took you on because you had your show there first, technically. Whatever. You can do that all day long. But you can't go against WWE yet. If you be consistent, make your shit good, make your shit grow, in 10 years, you probably could. But the business entertainment industry hates that terminology. 10 years, that's not a real number. You know what I mean? Like this, the entertainment industry is too fast. Too fast. And
well, just think, if you're WWE, there's nobody that I'm interested in at all with teaming with.
No, why would they? They're the powerhouse.
The only reason so back in, was it 09? No, not 09. Fuck the year. Way back when they teamed with ECW. Remember that? They did. Yeah. But they were getting their asses kicked by WCW. They did it out of necessity. If WWE gets pushed in the corner,
it was business.
Sure, they'll do it because they brought in ECW. Then eventually they took that over, brought in a lot of their guys. They brought in Paul. Remember, because Sabu, Sandman, all of them were in WWE briefly after that.
Well, yeah, that was a takeover, but WWE bought it. But even back when ECW was its own thing, Paul Heyman still had working connections with Vince McMahon and WWE, and it actually made a lot of business. I remember watching a documentary about it. Like, a lot of ECW wrestlers were pissed when they found out that they were actually being funded by WWE at the time.
He's Phoenix. What's up?
And then WWE bought ECW straight out, but then they bought WCW and turned it into an evil.
That's what happened to AEW.
But it's just, what's up, Spaz? Thanks for watching. But yeah, it's just like, it doesn't make business sense for them to work with AEW.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for either party.
They're a powerhouse. It'd be like the fucking United States of America going over to Cuba. Hey, what's up? No, it doesn't make fucking sense.
In 2 or 3 years, sure. For AEW. I'm still, even though I'm not the biggest fan of it, see what you can do on your own. Granted, it hasn't been long enough to consider it a failure yet.
No, it's not failure.
So, let's keep building it. They still got young guys that they need.
They need to establish themselves. There's no establish.
I do think it's funny. The guy who takes a sledgehammer to a throne took shots at WWE in promos for every week for 5 or 6 months.
That was so.
Now he's like, oh, I'll be your friend. Just stop. Congratulations on the baby girl. They announced last night AEW, but he's having a girl.
Yeah, having a girl.
So
very sad. I mean, it's just one of those things. This annoys me. Like, I just It's common
Sting took a
sense.
power bomb last night.
He
saw
did.
that.
He did.
Broke his neck too. It looked
Oh man. Well, it wasn't on a monitor, so he's okay.
it wasn't delivered by Seth Rollins. So
Right.
Oh shit. JR called Kenny Omega the WWE champion last night. Any thoughts on that one?
Oops.
Wrong show.
I thought it was pretty damn funny myself.
It is. Well, because, JR, I mean, I guess he's trying to acknowledge how great Kenny Omega is.
All right, we got to throw that on there because that's fucking hilarious. Did you see
Did you
this?
finally watch the Nia Jax whole thing?
I have.
Last week you hadn't seen it.
I had watched it since then. Spaz Phoenix 2 says if Jericho was a WWE angle, he could be the Ayatollah of Nia's Hola.
Oh,
that
that's
actually.
funny. That's funny.
Phoenix,
Fucking Nia
that's
Jax.
pretty good. I can't even lie.
Dude,
That's pretty funny.
I'm sorry. I fucking hate Nia Jax. I'm going to right here again for a second. But when she did that, oh, my butt.
She said, "Oh, my hole."
My hole. She did both. She said butt, and then she said my hole after. It's like, what are you talking? Stop. Why are girls gross? I don't understand. My hole. Shut up.
My neck
She should have said,
My
"Oh,
back.
my butt." That's it. And just get.
and my crack.
Jesus. Like, I just.
I'm a girl. I can't say nothing. I couldn't. say
Nia
anything.
just needs to go the fuck away. She can't do anything. Like, she's not entertaining. She can't talk, but she still talks, which makes no fucking sense
She
to
falls
me.
and gets hurt. That's the only thing that made her entertaining.
She can't move. Like, I just don't care.
She can't talk.
I dare you to move. Oh, so they are going to be on NXT March 3rd, defending against Raquel and Dakota Kai for the WWE Women's Tag Titles.
Cool.
It's probably
on a different show.
It's the first time they felt relevant in a very long time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Would you give the NXT girls the belts to kind of give it to a real team?
Well, I mean, at this point, I think
Yes.
belts are a joke. So
I know
why
they
not
need to do
Yes.
something with them.
Yeah.
Then they could be utilized in NXT where they actually have women tag teams.
do something.
That are real teams, not like props or.
Lana, Naomi,
Yeah, sure.
Like,
Natalia, and
to me,
Tamina.
they've
They're
been teaming up. Yep, they are. Yep.
The Riot Squad or just Liv. Bring her up real quick. Liv's been really good on SmackDown lately.
She has.
She's been in some singles matches. She's took Bailey to the limit a couple.
Mhm.
Bailey's had a cheat. It looks like they're using Bailey to get people over right now.
Yeah,
She's
they
on
are.
a kind of little break since she had
Mhm.
like her whole year run.
Taking it easy. Yeah, dude, Liv's always been really good. Like, Liv's body, like, not to be creepy, but she's
There we go.
she's built like she is a legit.
Before people get creepy, they say, "Well, not to be
That
creepy."
body.
That'd be creepy. But be aware it's creepy.
I mean, but she's just ripped. Like, she's small. She can move. She's built. Like, she looks tough. Like, she actually looks like a real competitor. Like, I should be surprised when they have competitors on SmackDown. But
I
like,
want to try to share this picture so everybody else can
she looks like she could beat somebody's ass. Is what I'm trying to say.
She does.
I don't really give a shit about Ember Moon either. No, Spaz just mentioned shots and Ember Moon.
Check out this picture.
Oh wow.
It wouldn't pull.
Oh,
That's young Alexa.
That is-
oh
young
yeah.
Nia.
That's going.
That's
way back.
Liv.
Yeah.
That is
I had no
Liv.
idea that was her at the very end.
Yeah, so it says you guys can't see at home, whether you're on audio or video, you're still being excluded.
Go to Adam Pierce's Twitter
You're still being
account.
excluded.
Go to Adam Pierce's Twitter account at ScrapDaddyAP,
Scrap
and it
that.
shows because he's in the background. 'Cause he's a trainer at that point.
Of course.
It just shows young, like how far they've come. And this is Liv in 2013
Yeah, dude.
because that's what the shirt says. So I'm going to trust it. She's
Absolutely.
come a long way.
She
I think
has.
she's going to win that SmackDown or Raw Women's Championship at some point this
some
year.
point.
I'll be
Maybe
about
at the latter parts of it. Right now, obviously Bianca. But you haven't talked about her decision. Where do you guys think she's going? Sasha?
SmackDown.
Sasha. NXT makes no sense because she just
Yeah,
came
we'll put
from
her
there.
with
That'd
Austin.
be no sense.
And then
With
Raw,
Austin,
I think you keep Bianca and Rhea separate. You have Rhea go to Raw, wreak havoc there, have Bianca. I don't think Bianca's winning it against Sasha. As of right now, I roll with Sasha
I could
still.
agree with you on that. That's the thing, then. That goes back to my McIntyre pick. I don't see both Rumbles going to the same brand.
That's fair. That's crossed my mind as well. But if you get rewarded for good work, they should go to SmackDown. SmackDown's been the better show.
Oh, sure.
Are you
Can't
guys
argue
sure
that.
we don't see Bianca?
It's like
on
giving
that
extra
three-year
credit to
strike?
Raw just because you don't want it to feel left out. Because Raw hasn't been as good as SmackDown. It's NXT.
For years.
Well, you don't watch NXT, but it's NXT, SmackDown, then Raw.
Yep.
Sure.
Order.
I agree with that. I mean, yeah, NXT I don't give a shit about, but when it comes to Raw and
You will.
SmackDown,
You will.
SmackDown has consistently been better for years.
Yep.
even when they have their bad times, like Jinder Mahal and stuff, they were still consistently better than Raw.
Josh, do not even get started. Jinder, do not even start.
I do have a plant in my window. Actually, I have plants in all my windows. So
He does.
fucking spaz.
See what else. Keith Lee's status is still up in the air for this week.
There's been no news.
WWE has made new championship belts for NXT.
Oh, there we go.
So they're actually going to get upgraded. So that's pretty cool because their titles are kind of
They've been around for a while.
blah. Well, the women and the men's look exactly the fucking
They
same.
do.
One just says women's on it. So
Okay.
they definitely need to upgrade it.
Update it. Yeah.
We talked already. Eli Drake and Valkyrie, Morrison's wife, are now on NXT. LA Knight is his name on NXT.
He's
Made a
interesting.
huge. And he was on the kickoff show. He verbally destroyed Wade Barrett.
He did.
And Wade
Wow.
was pissed.
Poor Wade.
Poor Wade Barrett.
I love Wade. He's
I
great
do
on
too.
commentary.
He's great.
LA
Wade.
Knight just completely
Chewed him up. Wow.
Everyone's like, who's this guy? And I'm looking like,
And then he
who the
walks
fuck's
away.
Eli Drake?
Wade Barrett's like,
And
I
Barrett's
agree
like,
with him.
yeah, he walks away. Barrett's like, I love this guy.
I love
It's
this
like,
guy. After he just insulted you. And what's another guy? Sam Rob. The other guy that's on there, the Sam.
No,
Roberts
Sam
guy.
Roberts.
He
he's a
interrupted him.
douchebag.
He's like, he is. He's like, it's my turn to talk, and he's like, get out of here, Sam Roberts. You know,
Get out of here, Sam.
Barrett goes, I love this guy, and they're like, you just got insulted.
Love that.
That's really it. There's this pay-per-view.
Elimination Chamber. So one last time, fellas, ladies, you millions and thousands and tens of people watching, I need you to tell us right now your men's Elimination Chamber pick. Who's winning? And who is Drew McIntyre? Or that's not what I wanted to say. Who is Edge defending? That's not right either. Who is Edge?
We get to talk, man.
Who is Edge picking to fight at WrestleMania for
We'll
his
put a
WWE
poll.
title?
We're gonna put a poll up
Yeah, we're doing,
on our Twitter. So
yeah, we will.
hold on, let me be not as shitty.
I mean, I
co-host.
won't do
At the
poll
bottom of the
now.
screen. So you got at WTB.com at Twitter, but we're gonna follow that as well.
Follow
But we want you to go to at RSH Wrestling.
on Twitter.
Follow it. We don't care. Just go to the poll question. I'll put up after this episode.
We follow back.
Who do you think we follow you back until we get your follow, then we unfollow?
Then we don't follow.
What
But-
is this?
If
Twitter?
we don't agree with
Follow for follow and unfollow. So we're gonna put up the poll question. Who do you think Edge will choose to face WrestleMania? And we'll go Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre, and Roman Reigns. Because Finn beat Pete Dunne.
He did.
We think Roman's going to retain, and we think Drew's going to retain. Or else we just put the belts individually.
It's gonna
But I
be-
think Roman and Drew's going to keep the belts to Mania
They are.
as well as Finn. Because I don't think
Yeah.
Finn will
Oh,
defend
yeah.
it again
Nobody's losing
until
the
the take. I think Finn defends it at Mania.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, there's no belts leaving until Mania.
because I think we're going to get Adam Cole.
And even then,
We'll see.
Reigns is probably still going to
So go to our Twitter.
Yep.
Tell us here, whatever, but preferably go to our Twitter account
Go to
and
Twitter,
let
just-
us know.
and tell us.
We can put it in our group page on Facebook as well at regularly scheduled hostilities. So we do have a group, and Facebook don't let you put it on a page, but in a group because they're stupid.
I don't know. But we all disagree. We're all
Yeah,
saying
so
three different things.
It's rare.
It's not fun when you agree. So
Fucking Spaz says Balor, Kyle, Strong, Cross, Dunn, Edge.
Yeah, Edge isn't gonna
No.
listen. Edge isn't
No.
gonna take his championship match in a 6-man.
Do you even watch wrestling, bro? Like, what the fuck?
yeah,
it's. I understand.
It's
You
gonna be
wanna
Edge
see
versus
that.
Roman. It's gonna be very basic.
It's not. It's
Well,
gonna be.
it's gonna be.
It's gonna be
Balor.
Edge versus McIntyre. But
I can't wait to see which one of us is right.
and we might as well answer Spaz's question here too. How long do we see a stadium-sized takeover? Whichever the one The Rock is gonna be at. So
Yeah.
Are you is he talking about NXT Takeover specifically?
no, he just.
Stadium size takeover.
Oh shit! Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't read that well.
Well, WrestleMania right now is
Let's
going to
start
get
over.
25 to 30,000 people.
That's not a stadium.
So, so he does mean takeover.
He's asking for NXT. Yeah.
As soon as they possibly can. I don't think there's necessarily going to be into Rona. It's just like, hey, our numbers are super. Like here, we're allowed to be out until 2:30. Like we're back to normal again.
We are.
Right.
As far as we're allowed out,
For now.
we have to wear a mask.
Mhm.
All the hospitalizations, which is sad because the numbers are only down because people are dying, and the numbers
That's
just coming down because we're running out of people. But anyway,
We've killed them all. It's
yeah,
time
it's,
to-
it's fucked up. But like whatever, or they're vaccinated, which is fine because I like not having a 10 o'clock curfew.
I do too.
I'm not getting vaccinated.
I
don't care.
I think the Rona restrictions, especially in Florida where they're at, they never really had restrictions anyway throughout this whole process. So I think we'll get 25 to 30 at WrestleMania, and I think the takeover, whichever one it would be after that, is probably full.
Well, even before,
unless something drastically changes in COVID.
Stadium size, like that's a pretty big feature.
So you're thinking when they travel again?
He says after Rona is done, no more mask or bullshit. It's done.
It won't be until summer. We won't. We might be able to go catch a live event at the end of this year. If things work out, because they're already putting together a schedule.
But even before Corona, they weren't doing stadium size NXTs.
No, takeovers were doing big stadium.
Stadium size?
Yeah, they're selling out.
All
takeovers were doing big.
All right, I didn't know that. Fuck.
Takeover, best show in wrestling. You better start paying it some attention as you win the fucking pay-per-view so I can watch it.
Man, that's just how good I am. I don't need to watch.
Well, we'll see. So now it comes down to, so for you guys watching this week, Jey Uso or Kevin Owens?
Kevin Owens.
That's what it's going to come down to, it looks like.
It's going to be Jey Uso.
So regarding the rest of the card, a huge venue. I don't know, man. NXT's not that. Vince isn't. I don't know.
That's like stadium. Yeah, man. He's talking stadium. That's
you're
what
talking
I thought.
like WrestleMania.
That's what I was thought. That's why I was going for like football field. Was what I was thinking.
Oh, man, I don't know. I think NXT.
It's gonna even
they gonna invest. They're not gonna invest that much in their third brand.
I mean, they can't do that with their main roster most of the year. That's a WrestleMania thing.
Yeah.
So
it has to be a big fuck, dude. This would have to.
Never.
This would have to be a Walter is there, a Balor still there. You have a special attraction from WWE,
like The Rock,
like Randy Orton. I don't know if I can need NXT. They wrestle.
I understand.
The Rock does not fit that. Nor does he fit in the fucking White House either.
Yeah, he's not. Josh is never going to say nothing.
Driving me nuts.
You don't like Char or The Rock. Anybody else you don't like?
And yeah, Phoenix, we're way off from that. Until WWE starts taking them seriously as a third brand and not just developmental, it's never probably going to happen.
It's going to be a minute. Even
could they sell it out? They could.
I don't think so.
But they're not going to get a chance.
Denise is still with you.
Oh, God damn, that's bad.
Trump, Rock, oh my God. I know. Fuck off.
Oh, no. This isn't politics.
Trump is done. Rock, yeah, I'll vote for Rock all day long.
Josh, you would
all
love
day.
that.
If you smell what the president
is cooking,
that
actually makes sense.
Because the Rock, the president's going to take that nuke, shine that sumbitch up, burn that sumbitch sideways,
shove it up Nia's hole,
shove it straight up North Korea's hole.
And that's his family. He's related to Nia. We know
who, North Korea? That's fucked up.
No.
The Rock is going to take his size.
Did you watch his
30
show?
megaton nuke.
Are you going to watch his new show?
No.
All right. Well, you're not.
Can even care.
Josh, we know you're tuning in. We know you love it.
I thought about it. Like, you know what? No, I don't have time for that.
You know what?
I got Superstore to watch.
Josh, you would love if The Rock was president, wouldn't you?
All right. Oh boy, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with the two people watching. I can't deal with anybody. So I can't deal with you. You can't deal with me. Check out our live shows before we come back and wrap it up.
Oh, yeah. Check out all of those awesome shows right there on The Buzz.
Yep. We will have our prediction article out some point this weekend when WWE figures out what the hell their card's going to be. Lacey's pregnant. Keith Lee's possibly injured. The matches are not. We still have SmackDown tomorrow.
Yeah.
The main event tomorrow is a 6-man tag. So it's Uso. It's Bryan, Cesaro, KO against Uso, Corbin, and Zayn.
Oh.
Fun. You're all good.
So that's the main event. So that'll be good. Roman's going to he has something to say. I think they're
He always
he's going to go out there and be like,
He always
listen,
does.
Paul, listen. And then he's going to stand there for 5 minutes and then say, I'm the head of the table. Tell Edge. And then, the same bullshit we've been here for the last month and a half. But anyway, hope you guys all enjoyed the show. Be sure to go over to whatthebuzz.com. Check out all the amazing articles. A lot of which are written by Josh here. He did an Ed Sheeran top 10 the other day because you got to find me into a club with Eminem and 50 Cent.
It was Ed Sheeran's birthday.
Yeah. So, check all that shit out. And, that's pretty much
Check all that shit out.
all kinds of good shows, good audio shows, good articles. We have a hockey show tomorrow night, Between the Pipes, right here on the Buzz. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the next show. We would do Meryl Nonsense, but my wife had surgery yesterday, and it's just not going to happen. So that's where we're at in life. You guys have anything else to say before we wrap it up?
Yvonne, say something.
I'm giving up on you. All right, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Thank you, Yvonne, for being such a great sport and handing me.
I told you last week it would. So.
I appreciate you.
No problem.
So until next time, guys, be sure to follow us on Twitter at RSH Wrestling. Tell us who Edge is going to pick. Will it be?
The poll is
it live?
Live.
The poll is live. So go over to RSH Wrestling right now on Twitter and tell us who is it going to be? Who is Edge picking? Will it be Finn Balor? Will it be Drew McIntyre? Or will it be Roman Reigns? We all know the answer is McIntyre, but tell us what you guys think.
You have 23 hours.
23. You have 1 day.
Who do you guys agree with out of all of us?
So right now it's 1 to 1 to 1. And none of us are going to go to our Twitter and vote.
No.
So that's bullshit. So all the votes, because I have 3 and I'd win. So anyway, no, you have 3 as well.
I have 3 as well.
Fuck.
So
you can't cheat.
actually, I have 4.
Oh,
But,
yeah. Okay, never mind.
Well, let us know who you vote. All 3 of us.
We'll give you the results next week.
Yep. So join us here next week, same place, same time, while we talk about the results of the Elimination Chamber. See what we think is going to happen with WrestleMania when all that stuff goes down. And when that is all said and done, you will all continue to fear regularly scheduled hostilities.